Hey all, it's quarantine hours right now, and I've had a little bit of free time to play around with things, and I wanted to share my recipe for hot chocolate. This is slightly modified from Bitching with Babish's Flanders hot cocoa from the Simpsons movie. I made some adjustments based on what I currently have in the house. So fundamentally, this is a very simple hot chocolate recipe using about 1 cup of milk, about a half cup of some nice chocolate. These are guittared chocolate wafers that baking wafers that we happen to have in the house. I like using the Williams Sonoma mix when that's available. It's not currently available. It's out of season right now. Some cocoa powder. This will give it a little bit of a concentrated chocolate flavor. And industry secret, some instant coffee. This darkens the flavor, makes it taste even chocolatier. I didn't set up any kosher salt. I'm going to add a little bit of that because salt and chocolate. And to top it off, we have here some nutmeg. We do have whole nutmeg beans. What are they? Pods? But I don't feel like going through the effort of grating that right now. And some cinnamon, because obviously. We do have one sort of surprise ingredient that I'm going to add at the end. You will find out what that is. But let's get cooking. Mixing, heating, chocolate making. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to add our cup of milk to our saucepan. We're going to let that heat on, say, medium-low heat for a little while. This is going to take a moment. I don't know why I started the camera, because this is going to take at least 5 minutes. But I'm committing to this, so we're here. I'm probably going to cut right here from... adjusting the camera. Yeah, this just calls it whole nutmeg. Dishwasher's running. Okay. Milk's coming in at around 150, that's about where I want it. I'm going to turn the heat down because I don't want this to start skimming. So we're going to start by adding the wafers gradually. There's a little bit of splashing. That's fine though. Sometimes it happens. I'm going to mix that up, let it incorporate. Alright, that's nice and melted. You want this at a pretty hot temperature because then the chocolate might not melt the way you want it to, but you gotta be careful because sometimes the milk starts to skin and that's not pleasant. Alright, now I'm adding the cocoa powder. Sometimes I pre-sift it, I didn't really feel like doing that tonight. The instant coffee, the secret ingredient that nobody really does or appreciates. It doesn't taste like mocha, it just tastes like an even chocolatey or hot chocolate. Sprinkle in some of the kosher salt. I just want to do the whole thing, it's fine. And a quick flavor test. Let's see if I need to add any extra sugar. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, but the salt added quite a lot to it actually. I didn't use the same spoon that I put my mouth on, just for the record. Perfect. Now, you could stop here. Oh, wait, no. I almost forgot. Don't stop yet. So we're going to add a dash of nutmeg. And a little bit of cinnamon. I mean, come on. Cinnamon and chocolate is great. Now, you could stop here, and you would still have a perfectly serviceable hot chocolate, but what I like to do is add a small shot of bourbon. I've tried a couple of other options. Spiced rum works fine. Kahlua doesn't add a whole lot. Like, it's barely detectable. So sometimes I will add a little bit of bourbon to give it a little bit of that edge. I don't recommend doing this regularly, mostly because alcohol is alcohol. And also because I would not recommend becoming an alcoholic during these times. You're in the house for a really long time, you get bored, I get it, but I'm personally like abstaining from drinking every day, which I normally do, but especially now I think it's important to watch your alcohol consumption, so I'm gonna add this anyway because, you know, why not? Alright, I'm gonna add a little stir to turn off this thermometer. Alright, get that nice and incorporated. Alright, so we are just going to go ahead and pour that in. Hopefully don't spill it. I spilled a little bit. Well, that happens. Gonna have to do something about that. A little bit of whipped cream topping. A lot of whipped cream topping. And there you go. A nice cup of boozy hot chocolate.